Hi, welcome to a special mailbag. Pretty excited about this, and I've got someone to help me.
G'day.
It's Phil. Everyone knows Phil. G'day, Phil.
How you doing?
Been a long time since you've been on
It
the
has
blog.
been a while, yes it has.
What have you been up to? Patent attorney shit.
Yeah, too much of that stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, we're excited about what's in here.
Yeah, you reckon there's something interesting in there?
There is something interesting. This might give you a clue. We have DeLoreans, so, could this be something to do? This was actually an Indiegogo. Oh, don't chop the thumb off.
Yeah, no, I'd rather keep
This
those.
was an Indiegogo that was ages ago. I'd actually forgotten I backed it, and
That'd be right.
and I think some people started to actually complain about it in the comments and stuff. That oh, this has been scam. They haven't delivered, all that sort of stuff. It was a reputable toy company who were making this, but no, they finally came through. They weren't scamming. So
Where's the knife, Dave?
here we go.
it
Pull it out. Toss that. Here we go. And it's got written on the box. The description is adult toy, or so, adult collectible. So, we go. Ta-da! Wow, look at that! Back to the Future Part 2 DeLorean, but that's a nice case.
That's a really nice
wow. Better than that, it is Kids Logic is the name of the company by the looks of it. Anyway, it's a magnetic, levitating, yes, a levitating DeLorean. Hallelujah. Oh, it comes in all...
Comes in pieces.
Oh, you'd think it was big, but it's not. What's that? It's a piece I can't see through.
I got the wheels.
Oh, fire trails. It's got the fire trails. Awesome. Anyway, yes, I'll link to the Indiegogo. Oh, hoverboard. Got ourselves the hoverboard.
Gotta have a hoverboard.
Yep. Okay, so here's the DeLorean itself. Wow. Apparently it's a pretty good DeLorean. They really went to town. Oh wow, that's
nice.
It's somewhere between. Is that a welly that I've got? Sorry, I can't remember the type. It's can't remember the scale either. Has it got a scale on it? It's one of those Yankee power adapters, I bet. No,
it's an Aussie one.
And it's approved, type approved. It's got the insulation on it. Anyway,
Yeah, it's a 1/20th.
1/20th. It's even got the clock in there. Look, it's got the gold clock. And this one has, and of course, it's got the flux capacitor. I wonder if it fluxes. And it's got Mr. Fusion, of course. And yeah. Oh, you can open the Mr. Fusion. It looks like it has a LED in there, maybe, to actually light up Mr. Fusion. I assume that the wheels fold.
Well,
into
that's
hover
probably
position.
these wheels.
Oh, okay. You can change. Oh, okay. So you can change it. You can change the DeLorean. That's very nice. There's got to be a magnetic levitating base.
There's more in the bottom of this.
Okay.
It still keeps coming.
Wow. Setting to float with freehand. Anyway, how to levitate. how to levitate your DeLorean. There you go.
If only it was that easy.
Right.
Oh, some weight in that.
Yeah. Ah, big boys' toys. But I reckon that is the most detailed model I've got. I've got the DeLorean with the... that's got a silver coin in it. It's got a 1 ounce... it pops up, converts to hover. When it converts to hover, it's got a 1 ounce... So you can turn face tracking off and it lights up. And it's got a 1 ounce silver coin in it. That's really cool.
Mr. Fusion
Anyway.
Home Energy Reactor.
Beauty. So there we go. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. That's nice finish on that, isn't it? Wow. Okay.
Laser drill, probably.
Yeah, looks like it's laser drilled. So you get 2 stands. You get a just a regular stand that it can just sit on. But bugger that, because this is hovering. Give us the power adapter.
Look at the
Should we read the instructions?
Nah. Oh, it's a placement tool to make sure you get it in the right spot to float.
Oh, okay, right. Here we go. And so do I just plug it in? It's got a switch. What is it? It's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very heavy.
15 volts, 2 amps. Wow. 30 watts. Wow. Kids Logic, yep. Made by HCNT. Whoever HCNT is, there's a Chinese patent and a US patent. There you go. Yes, and it is officially licensed by Universal Studios and U-Drive joint venture. They just pop off. Yep. It is off. Yep. Maybe we need our hovering DeLorean on there. Whoa! Oh, I can feel it. It's working. It's working.
Do you want the placement tool?
Do I want the placement tool? Probably is the answer. That looks like it hooks over there like that. Okay.
I think you might.
So it lights up when it detects it. Geez, pretty dicky. Trying to get this damn thing to hover. Doc Brown never had this sort of problem, and we are in 2015. I mean, we're past 2015, so it should damn well hover. That's a complete fail. Once we get it working, we'll show you up close. It's okay. Oh, the flux capacitor lights up. Sweet. So it's obviously power transferring. I mean, you can do that when you're drawing 30 watts. Well, plug pack's rated at 30 watts anyway.
Fail.
It's a fail, isn't it? Unless we've got the wheels on wrong. No.
No, it's not the wheels.
Okay, right. The wheels have nothing to do with it. All right. Well, there's your problem. Made in China, not made in Japan, because all the best stuff's made in Japan. This does not... How does this
It's a
hover?
complete fail.
It's a complete fail. That's the whole idea of this thing. It's supposed to hover. What the... Anyway, it's cool. Like all the lights in the front light up. The flux capacitor inside lights up.
15 centimeters from the top of the base.
What?
That's high. That's way too high.
That's super high. How can it... I can feel it pulling off to the side. It's really quite strong. This is a... Sorry, but this is definitely a... What? They even give you a proper tool. Let's disconnect it, put it on with the alignment tool, and then power it up. And it'll self-align.
You reckon?
Maybe. Well, that's the only thing. It just wants to go off to the side. You can feel the center point. Ta-da! If the light is switched on continuously for 10 seconds, the levitation is stable. So if the light comes on and stays on for 10 seconds... we have stable levitation. Okay, leave it. Hold your tongue at the right angle. How does it detect? Like, there must be feedback on there. There we go. Oh, no.
You breathe, Dave.
If the DeLorean time machine figurine fails to balance on the base, it may land heavily and could damage the figurine and the base. Geez, thanks for designing it like that. How thoughtful. Please handle the figurine gently when placing it on. You can't. It flings it all over the place. Touch switch to turn... the touch switch turns the light off and on.
Oh, is that all?
Yep, that's it.
That's embarrassing.
That's so embarrassing. They worked on this for a long, long time and they said they had it right. I haven't watched the video. They've got a demo video. Here's your problem. Input, 15 volts, 2 amps, it says. Plug pack supplied, 15 volts, 1 amp. Is the supplied plug pack not enough? It says 2 amps.
It's 2 amps. Sorry.
There it is. 15 volts, 2 amps requirement for the base. 15 volts, 1 amp plug pack supplied. Wah, 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 wah. So obviously the way this works is that they've got permanent magnets in here and here, of course, and, well, I know this is not philo-vision, but you can see that that's slammed down there, and obviously that's what does the permanent magnets are what does the hovering part of it, hovers all the weight, but then it must have coils surrounding it, I don't know how or where until we do the teardown, that then stabilize it at some, high-ish frequency. It's got feedback in there, and it must stabilize the hover on this thing. So that, I would presume, is how it works. permanent magnets and electromagnetic coils as well to do the stabilization. And I've hooked up the power supply. It's only drawing 0.12 amps, like with no car on top. So just sitting there idle. So let's put the car on, see if it makes a difference. Here we go. I'm going to put the car on top with its cradle. And, oh yeah, you saw it jump up there. Was that an amp and a half? 1.7, 1.8? But yeah, it certainly does draw 2 amps. So the supplied plug pack, useless. Still can't get this damn thing to hover though. So it's transferring power over, but there's no hovering DeLorean. If I let it go, like it just flings off to the side. But I can get the light to come on. I got it before to come on for 10 seconds, but as soon as that light switches off, I feel a little tug in the car. Can feel it pulling in various directions, but they give you a specific alignment tool and it does not work. How could they think this was any good to ship? Seriously, like, have I got like a faulty unit or something? Anyway, for those keen to take a look at the car, I really like it. It is quite a nice model. Other models I've got are really just all bland coloured. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that the original Hero car had a little tactile switch inside there, so I don't know what that's for. Maybe they chose that to look at funky, but yeah, it's not 100% screen accurate, but hey, it's not bad. I don't mind it at all compared to my other ones, which are pretty bland, I must say. It's got the barcode license plate, and take a look inside. There we go. We can see the time circuits and the good old analog clock on there, the alarm clock, which Marty used to go back, and the flux capacitor does actually light up in there when you actually apply power to this thing. So that's kind of neat. And if you compare it with the Sunstar model here, some are more screen accurate in some ways than others. And, you know, the flux bands along here actually look better and they light up, of course, on this one. So as far as that goes, it is much better. Like that one doesn't have the alarm clock in there. You know, it's not... I don't know. It's hard to compare the two. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Alright, taking the screws off, let's have a look inside this turd. And, ta-da! There's nothing in the top. There we go. We just got, that's the capacitive touch sensor switch. And bingo! There's our coil. And there's the huge permanent magnet. What they've got here is one big ass coil around here. This would be for the power transfer. And then they've got what looks like some permanent magnets surrounding here. There we go. One big ass permanent magnet. And then in the center here, you can see that they've got 4 electromagnets. You can probably see the coils. Down in there. There we go. So they would, you know, they're at some reasonably highish frequency. They're modulating these to keep the car stable. And they're surrounded by, looks like, one big ass permanent magnet. And there looks to be like a little sensor in there. Is that some sort of little Hall effect feedback sensor? I would be assuming that gets the feedback. That's actually not quite... Oh, it depends where the center point of the... sensor is. I was going to say it's not exactly centered there, but anyway, interesting. Now I've tried to take some screws out here, but there seem to be more screws down under there, and it looks a bit tricky. Anyway, there's a PCB under there. These are actually 4 LEDs, and magnet-wise, well, this one seems to have one magnet in the center, and the reason we can see that is because if we let the screwdriver naturally center there, right in the center of those LEDs, and it just draws itself. Trust me, I'm not divining here. This is not a divining rod. This is, yep, it just goes right back to the center. So it looks like they have one big ass magnet in the center. Now we're just going to take a quick look at the waveform on the coils here. I'm using my EMC field probe. Not the absolute best thing for the task, especially without the amplifier. I'm plugging it straight in because these are normally designed for RF, so the amplifier I've got with it only goes from like 3 meg upwards, so it's got a bandpass filter in it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be much lower frequency than 3 meg. And I've got the thing plugged in and no car on top, of course, so we're not in hover mode. And you can see that there's nothing there. If I put that over over one coil here, then you can see I'm down at 500 microvolts per division, by the way. You know, very small amplitudes, but you can see it's around about 55 kilohertz or something like that. Move it over to the other one, it does the same thing. Move it in the middle, and you don't get that. So the 4 coils there are going at, you know, around about that 50 odd kilohertz mark. Now, if I put it straight in the center, you'll see that it actually gets some modulation on there as it interacts with the various coils. And as I move it closer towards one coil like that, bingo. All right, let's see if we can get some hover action here. And lights are on, and you can see it actually vanish. When the lights are on, the field actually vanishes. Or is it going lower frequency? I'm not sure, but you can see it is, well, there we go. But it does certainly correspond with those LEDs coming on, the disappearance of the field. Still can't get the bloody thing to hover though. I'm just going to try my larger probe with the bigger cutout here, and not a huge amplitude difference, but oh, there we go. It certainly vanishes when that LED comes on, doesn't it? Cannot get it to hover once with the proper alignment tool and everything. So this Indiegogo's DeLorean from Kids Logic in cooperation with UDrive and Universal Studios. It is an official licensed hovering DeLorean. It doesn't bloody well hover. Just like it's past 2015 and the stupid hoverboards don't hover. These catch on fire and wheel around. Bloody ridiculous. I got it! I got it! I got it! I got it! Bloody ripper! It's only taken like 100 attempts and probably a good hour. Can I blow it? Spin, baby, spin! I got it! It does actually hover! Woohoo! It's really difficult to recreate that. It really is. Oh, that is the dickiest thing I've ever used. That is hopeless. Okay, let's see if we can insert our probe under. See if it's going to do anything. Oh, there we go. Look at that. There's our signal. Now that it's hovering, we've got ourselves the signal. That's at 84 kilohertz. Woohoo! What a Bobby Dazzler. Yep, there's that low amplitude. Well, actually, it's bigger than I was getting before. Maybe the top's doing something. Whoa, hang on. There we go. What's going on there? But yeah, something weird's definitely happening. There you go. Yeah, there's the 55 kilohertz. Okay, so there's that modulated 55 kilohertz that I was measuring in there, but it's much larger amplitude now. I'm not sure why, so maybe as I bought it out. Anyway, with the top on, that's rather interesting. Oh, almost had it. Okay, it's actually obvious. There's our levitation field. That's at the 55 kilohertz. Well, this one's actually at 43 or something. I don't know. It's jumping around the shop. But and if we touch that, then that, when we have the lights, that's our power field. Okay, so that's our power transfer field. So that's the one that we were measuring there. I didn't realize I had the lights turned on. So there's two different fields there with two different frequencies, and one's for hovering, one's for power transfer, so I can just turn that off and on. So, whoop, yes, that is my phone, and it's very apt that I have the tune. Ta-da! There we go, and it vanished. You can see sometimes it's 45k, sometimes it's 55 kilohertz, something like that, but it took me a lot of goes, a lot of takes to get that, and I'm kind of, sort of getting used to it. When you place it on, you can sort of feel when it's balanced, but like 9 times out of 10, I cannot get this thing to work, so it's still an absolute fail, but hey, it does hover. Once it's hovering, it's fairly stable. And I've bumped the probe on there and everything, and it has actually tolerated that. So, yep. It's, yeah, I still don't like it. Anyway, well, it's cool once it's going, but yeah, there's a real knack to it. A lot of people who got this thing simply cannot get it working like I did. It took me an hour plus of mucking around trying to get it before I could figure out how to get the thing going. So yeah, I don't know, maybe a thumb sideways now, but no, it's just it's too dicky. It's too dicky. The design gets design's got to get a thumbs down. What do you think? Anyway, it is cool. Catch you next time.